my Leafies, welcome back to my channel. So today it is time for a horror haul, and it's a small horror haul, but I needed something stronger, so I went on the internet. I watched my favorite booktubers when it comes to horror books, and I ordered a few. But without further ado, let's get on to the books that I bought. The first book that I'm going to show you is The Devil's Wake. It is a novel by Stephen Barnes and Tenerife Dew. This was one of the recommendations that I saw other people talk about. I was like, this is the exactamente book that I need in this time during a pandemic. This book is about like an apocalypse happening, and there's this infection going on, and the moment people get it, it's not just as the same as, oh my god, I'm sick. No, these people turn into these devilish creatures. It's just something so haunting and so terrifying. And we have two characters that we are following named Terry and Kendra, and they are going through no man's land in this old school bus, trying to survive, getting by, while people are of course roaming the streets, terrorizing, raiding, you name it. This sounds like a good book, like The Walking Dead. It gives me The Walking Dead vibes because it also was an infection that just started, and then we have this amazing show out of it. So I think this is going to be movie-like, and I can't wait to read this. Then I picked up The Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. This is also a book that a lot of people in the horror community raved about, so I was like, I need to get on that bandwagon. I cannot just stay behind because it sounds freaking amazing. What I know about that, this is a story about 4 people that shot an elk, and I think an elk is like this dairy thing, and then for some reason years later, like, nature is gonna make it even. That's how I can describe it. There's also a lot of talk about basketball, even though the summary says nothing about it. Quickly reading the summary. No, the summary doesn't say, or the synopsis doesn't say anything about the basketball stuff, but I heard a lot of people talk about it when they reviewed it. So first I was a little bit scared because I'm not into sport details, because in The Prophet there was a thriller and there were so many details about this sport that I don't care about, and I was like, this is not adding anything to the story, so please leave this shit out. But I'm also into the anime Kuroko's No Basketball, and I'm obsessed with that TV show. It's everything that I want. I'm in love with the characters. I absolutely adore it. So maybe just because I love that series, I will love this book as well. I think this is a book that you're going to love or hate. There's like no in between. Then I saw this gem, also a book that a lot of people raved about, and I heard vampires, and then like my ears go up and it's like vampire, because vampires are one of my favorite creatures ever. I would love it. It's my kink. It's something I would fall for, you know. But they are not real, unfortunately. But this is the Southern Book Club Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. It looks so cute. It looks so peachy, but then at the same time you see this vampire bite. So let me quickly check what the synopsis is. Okay, so what I got from the synopsis is that we are following Patricia Campbell, and she is this housewife, but her life is just basically standing still. She has a husband who's a workaholic, and she has teenagers who have their own life. Of course, every teenager doesn't want to interfere with their parents, but she has this book club that she just really feels at home at, and they're always talking about true crime. Oh, that sounds like my ideal book club. I swear to god, I would love that so much. But the book club is not her only exciting thing in life, because she's going to get attacked, and then while being attacked she's confronted with this person, and the person makes her feel things, of course, that nobody else does. And I love things like that. Kids are going missing on the other side of town, so this James person that her life is all of a sudden is interfering with is a creature from another dimension. I heard mixed reviews about this book, but it sounds like something that is going to be right up my alley. I have no idea what to expect, but I hope I'm going to enjoy this as much as how cool and amazing this sounds like. Okay, so I don't know how to sing that song from the Us movie, and if you haven't seen that movie, what are you doing with your life? So go see that movie. The first intro song is mind-blowing. Anyways, but when I saw the cover, I had to think about that movie, but it's a totally different book. It's a totally different book. So this is Clown in a Cornfield by Adam Shazer, and he also has a booktube channel. He doesn't have a booktube channel, girl. He has a YouTube channel where he talks about horror. He has, I kind of say horror as a Dutch person. I'm so sorry. I have no idea how to say it in English. But he has this amazing horror collection. It looks massive. He has cool t-shirts that he always wearing in his videos, and he wrote a book by himself. So if someone is a lover of a certain genre, I have high expectations for you. I want this to be absolutely amazing. So let me tell you what it is about. So in this story, we follow Quinn, who is moving to a small town. We love a small town story, with her father. And there is this factory where a lot of people work, and all of a sudden it gets shut down. Well, the elder people blame the kids, and the kids blame the elders. Then there was a party where a girl died, and I think that is what stirs up this small village. Because it's one of those kids, at least they believe it's one of those kids, who set the factory on fire. So not only did people lose their jobs, but they also lost a loving member of the community. So the old and the new generation are constantly bickering back and forth, and it sounds like a lot of shit is going down. Almost seems like they are going to destroy the town by themselves. But I don't know if you can see the details, but there's a clown face in the fucking field, and that is what got me, because eventually I was like, horror books, Amazon, please. And that is freaking fucking amazing, isn't it? Oof, I just love everything about the cover. I have high expectations because it's someone who loves the genre very much. Not to say that authors don't do this, but if you're a lover of something like fanatically, then you know what aspects work and what aspects don't work. So I expect a lot of awesome things to happen. I don't know where the clown comes in though, because I haven't read about the clown. But yeah, I can't wait to read this. And then I have a book. Artistically, this cover sparked so much joy for me. When I saw it on Instagram, I was looking for my life to see who the illustrator was, who designed the cover, and it was very hard to find, which is something that I don't like. If I see something, I want to know who created it. So I do think that we need to be more active when it comes to promoting people who create something that we love and that we share. So I saw this. Bruh, dude, ninja, come on now. This cover is amazing. Everything about the colors, about the girl, about the ghost, about the background, it's just so freaking gorgeous. I had to buy it, and then I was like, let me check out what it's about actually. But it's a middle grade book, but it also gives me like the Goosebump and the Fear Street kind of vibe. This is a middle grade, and it looks like this. Wow. It is Hide and Seeker by Daka Herman. I'm going to buddy read this with Erin, and go check her channel out because she has a booktube channel where she also talks about books, especially thrillers and horror, and she has amazing earring collection, and she also does makeup on her channel. So go check her out and subscribe to her channel because she's freaking amazing. And I saw that she also bought it in her haul, and I was like, do you want to buddy read it with me? And she was totally on board, so I can't wait. So in this story, we are following Justin, who has a best friend called C, and C went missing for over a year. When C came back, something was different. Something was up, something was not right. So C gets a welcome back party, and the kids go play hide and seek like kids do. But it's going horribly wrong because all the kids are going missing one by one. The kids are being pulled into a world of nightmares. So Justin realizes, like, this is the place that C went to. Justin and his friends are trying to stay away from the seeker who will take you to this place. For a middle grade? What? To me, this doesn't sound like a middle grade, but I'm here for it, and I can't freaking wait to read it. We're gonna start next week, so I'm very hopeful that this is going to be absolutely amazing. Then with my what horror books came out and were favorites last year, possible favorites, I found this one, and it is We Hear Voices by Evie Green. haven't heard anyone talking about this book, but this is about a young boy called Billy. So these names in books are so original. Anyways, let me not follow over the simplicity of names, but Billy had a flu, and this flu was really fatal for many. Again, a book with diseases reading during a pandemic. Woman. Miraculously, Billy is surviving this flu, and he has one side effect. And his side effect is that he's talking to Delphi. And Delphi turns out to be an imaginary friend. Well, his mom, Rachel, is like, oh, imaginary friend, isn't that the cutest thing? Like, I got my son back because he survived this freaking flu. But Delphi is telling him to do all kinds of things because evil loves innocence. And her son is lashing out, doing horrible things. And she's like, this is not my son anymore. So Rachel is going to do everything within her power to protect her family and also probably protect them from themselves. And in this case, Billy. So this sounds really good. I'm gonna read it because the pandemic is not over yet. And then last but not least, we got If I Disappear by Eliza Jane Brazier. Dude, this was a cover by, in all honesty, this was a suggestion from Amazon. I was like, okay, cool. And I'm saying Amazon because it was the first time ordering from Amazon and it was super quick. So this is about a young woman who loves true crime podcasts. Sounds like me. And she listens to this one woman who is always talking about true crime cases. And one day this woman who does the podcast goes missing. And girl that we are following, let me see what her name is. Sarah is like, boy, wait a minute. This doesn't add up. I think I've heard her say a few things in a podcast, so she's going to re-listen to the podcast of this Rachel woman. I think it's Rachel. Yeah, like again another Rachel, but okay, Rachel from the podcast left some clues in her podcast, and it is leading to this small ranch. Sarah goes to this ranch and she discovers that might have been there, but that Rachel is probably not the first woman who went missing from that ranch. So we're going to follow her. This is going to be a hit or a miss. I'm hoping that this book will absolutely surprise me. And as you can see, my cat joined me. Anyways, this was my small book haul. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. So thank you for watching. Bye. Are you gonna say bye? He's not gonna say bye. Bye.